So first of all, if you say the ease of how fast can you start a business as a parameter for ease of doing business, I don't think that's a criteria really that's very important, right? You have to see how fast they can close the business. Because many times our startup companies, you do a lot of things and not all of them will succeed. And the moment you start a company and you see that it's not working, it's so difficult to wind up that company that you lose all steam in doing that. So that's by itself is a killer. I'm just giving an example, right? So we need to really identify, and that answers the second part of what you're asking me. What we should be doing, I think we should generally help companies to do what they want to do, of course within legal ambit, but not become hurdles to various steps of the process and play a proactive role, understanding that businesses are difficult, as you rightly said, and especially startup businesses are really hard because startup people are, young, generally young people with a lot of ideas, a lot of innovation in their mind, but they don't know the ecosystem. They don't know how to, go through this process. And while they have this initial energy and start doing something, as they go along, see so many hurdles that they lose the steam again. And most of them don't even come to any reasonable level, right? So those kind of things are completely, hampering innovations, especially in India. And good projects, good ideas don't translate to where they should be reaching, right? So I think it's important to have a clear effort to help with the attitude has to change, and everybody should play a helping and a enabling role and not try to pose hurdles everywhere. So that itself is a very daunting thing for startups, but even for me, after 40 years, I still struggle many times for no reason. I mean, everything is straightforward, everything is clear, but I still have to struggle for many things. If that is for me, I can understand what is going to happen to some small person who's just starting in his life. So I would say from every point of view, the government point of view also, and also from the policy makers, the bureaucracy, the attitude has to change. If that doesn't change, we are not going to see anything really happening. You can keep on making policies, but the policies will never get implemented just because the attitudes are not right. And as long as the government thinks that the industry is a chore, and the industry thinks the government is a chore, it is not going to work. So we all have to come to a clear understanding that everybody is playing a significant role towards nation building, towards building economies, and each one is important and each one depends on each other, right, to make it happen. The symbiotic relationship. That should be clearly understood. If that happens, I think everything else will follow, right? And we have to work together and not as two different parties.